Delusional Sports. We got our famous lunchroom talk. Bobby, what do you got for us?
All right, so I got the Seahawks win against the Panthers, 30-24. Russell Wilson threw for 286 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, for that game, that's really not that bad considering how it was a really good offensive and defensive game. The Panthers really made a pretty good comeback towards the end of the game. But here's what I really want to talk about. This motherfucker, Josh Gordon, is back to substance abuse. Like, we literally just fucking drafted your dumbass, and now you're back to substance abuse. Well, here's what I gotta say to that. I hope you leave our team completely, because that means our best wide receiver, Tyler Lockett, will get the chance to stay with us.
Right, but John, you didn't draft him. You just...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you got him off free agency.
Yeah, drafted him for free.
You got him off waivers.
Yeah. But still, I hope you leave our team completely, because that means Tyler Lockett has a chance to stay with us all throughout next season too. So,
do you think that Tyler Lockett's better?
Tyler Lockett is definitely a superior wide receiver to Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
He has almost 1,000 receiving yards just in this season. So, and last season he was really good. He made tremendous catches in the end zone, in the back of the end zone, on the side of the end zone, and he also made tremendous catches on 2-on-1 man coverage against a really good defense last season. So
right, I was gonna say if he's making all these tremendous catches, doesn't that mean Russell Wilson sucks at throwing the ball then? Or
no, Russell Wilson definitely is. Russell Wilson is still a good quarterback, but what makes it a tremendous catch is the fact that anytime Russell Wilson will throw a bullet pass to Tyler Lockett in the back of the end zone, Tyler Lockett has the mindset to, if he's running away from the ball, he has the mindset to turn around, catch it real quick, secure it, and get his feet down. So
but whenever you're talking about throwing a double coverage, I usually put that on the quarterback being good. Although you're right, throwing double coverage is hard, and the receiver doesn't make a good play on it. But yeah, you definitely want to give Russell Wilson his due credit.
And not to mention that Tyler Lockett was also really good at making kick returns and punt returns back before he had his injury, or early on in his rookie year. So.
All right. Well, the Bears are out of the running for the playoffs. That's really rough. And they lost a game that they could have won, but you didn't expect them to. The defense didn't do exactly what they were supposed to do. Akeem Hicks came back. Shouldn't have. He got hurt again. It was a good try though. And whenever it comes to a game they needed to win, I think it was worth it to try to put Akeem Hicks in. Hopefully it didn't make it worse. Hopefully it just aggravated it and came out.
Yeah, and I mean during the broadcast they were even saying like he just wants to be out there with his teammates and help them win. So.
Right. He just wants to play football.
Right.
And I don't think it was the wrong move. It just didn't work out for him. And so now, the Bears have 2 more games left. Then they get to rest up for next season.
Right. And as Ricky said over here, the Panthers trying to make a little bit of a comeback at the end. But yeah, the Seahawks prevailed. The Seahawks were going to win that game from before they even got off their plane. That being said, Kyle Allen needs to be released immediately. 20 minutes ago would have been nice. But all they were doing was getting McCaffrey as many yards as you can. He's only 186 receiving yards to 1,000, which would only make him the 3rd running back in NFL history to have 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards. He's just been absolutely tremendous this year. DJ Moore, had a 112-yard game. He's well over 1,000 yards receiving now. And a little bone that I've been asking for a couple weeks now is Will Greer gets a start. He may not be as good as Kyle Allen. He may be as good as Kyle Allen. I'm not really sure, but at least we get to see something new. I'm getting tired of seeing all these interceptions and sacks, and I don't know. It's been really rough. I would say 5-6 weeks.
Yeah.
Other than that, moving on. We got our heavy hitters of the week. Bobby, who's your heavy hitter?
For me, it's going to be Deshaun Watson taking down the Titans. 243 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Honestly, I thought since the Titans were coming off a really big win the week before the Texans, I thought they were going to win that. But Deshaun Watson proved to Tannehill that he is a superior quarterback in every which way, and he managed to pull off that win. So.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Deshaun Watson making a statement in this game, which they got playing again in 2 weeks. I hope that they keep the momentum going, make it real, and finish off the season with the against the Titans, take the division.
Right.
Right.
All right, and for my heavy hitter of the week, I have Kenyon Drake for the Cardinals. 137 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns for a running back. That's impressive. Ever since he's gotten traded to the Cardinals, it was just a perfect player they needed. I know they're only 4-9-1 now, but they're looking a lot better and a lot better for the future. Going back to your guys' Deshaun Watson comment, he didn't outplay Tannehill. His team did as a whole, but Tannehill had more yards, more touchdowns, better efficiency. But that's just in my opinion, though. I mean,
Yeah.
But Deshaun Watson came in with the win, which is
right.
not that he didn't do as well, but
right.
that's just what I'm saying.
Right. Kenyon Drake, hats off to you. For my scrub of the week, it's the Raiders and 49ers. Scrubs. Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect word for them because I had them both winning my predictions last week. And the Raiders, I was pretty happy. Raiders were up 16-3 at halftime against Jacksonville. And then, I didn't necessarily watch the game, but I kept on watching it, and all of a sudden they're losing. What happened? I mean, it looked like someone was running down their legs, is what it looked like. And that's for the 49ers as well. It looked like they had that game well in hand. It was a really close game, by halftime, and then it looked like they had it well in hand into the third quarter. And then, once again, it looked like someone was coming down their leg. I'm not really sure what it was, but Ricky, what was your scrub of the week?
My scrub of the week is Jameis Crab's Leg Winston, because this dude has thrown 24 interceptions this season. I mean, this dude, every time he starts off a drive in the first quarter, interception right off the bat. I mean, get this dude. I know he has like the best wide receivers, but if they can't get open and don't throw the ball, I just take the sack at that point. If you're just going to throw an interception.
Yeah. How do you specifically do this week, though?
This week he threw one interception in his last game, but at the same time, like I said, right off the bat, first quarter, first play, interception.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a Bucs fan, that's got to be frustrating because it seems like he just throws it to no matter. It doesn't matter. Like I feel like he's just trying to get his receivers so many yards. Like I think he understands how great his receivers are that he just wants to force it every time.
Which, from what I know, is he has over 1,000 passing yards this season. But at the same time, with 24 interceptions and not that many touchdowns, he's really not that good of a quarterback. He has probably the 2 best wide receivers on his team in the league right now, and they can't even get open, and he can't even get them the ball. So I'd say replace Jameis Winston.
Which, as a Bears fan, I feel that a lot. You have a quarterback who can sling the ball really well, but he'll sling the ball into some really tight situations. And either it's just a bad pass or the receivers can't pull off the 50-50. Jay Cutler, I'm looking at you. My scrub of the week was Kyle Allen. He threw 3 picks in a game where they lost by 6. I don't want to play the what would have happened game, but with 3 picks in one game, that's just bad overall. And then they weren't able to pull it off at the end.
All right, and that'll do it for this episode of Delusional Sports.